Let's get the next caller on. I can't wait to hear what he's gonna say about Eric Dyer, because if he comes on and starts defending him, I'm literally gonna go mad. So let's go and hear what Elias has to say.
Hey man, why is it necessary you bring up that I have talked about Eric Dyer of all the things that
Because you
happened
love
today?
him, Elias.
Yeah.
I love Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer loves me. I love
Because
Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer loves me. All together now. Come on, Elias.
no, I mean, okay, the problem that I think I've said this numerous time on many channels. I don't love Eric Dyer, like really love him. That I
I've got
die
receipts,
also.
I'll get the receipts, mate. Don't worry, I got the
You can take
receipts.
out the receipt. I've never said that if you have a better defender than Eric Dyer, then don't then play him. Until you don't have a better defender than Eric Dyer, he is the one that actually you rely on. You who do you want to play? You want to play Sanchez or Tanganga in there in his spot? No, they are gonna fuck up
I'd
as
rather
he
you
fucks
played,
up.
Elias, if I'm honest, than Eric Dyer. I'd rather you played, or Danny played, or even gave me a go in the centre of defence. At least I know I was on a football pitch. Anyway, give us your
Sure,
thoughts,
no, sure,
Elias.
no. All these fans are gonna call me out. Elias out, Elias out. If I play on that,
Go on, Elias. Ignore the comments. Most of them don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, there's Arsenal fans in there
exactly.
as well. So, no, I'm only joking. Only the Arsenal fans don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, but
Yeah,
come
you
on.
asking me something else other than Eric Dyer? What you were saying just now?
I was saying, give
Uh,
us your thoughts on the game.
I think the game was not that great. Like I won't say that we played really great. 50% possession on their side, 50% possession on our side. It's like a 50% sort of game. They had more chances on target than us. We had three shots on target, and those three were goals. Like all the odds are there. But I'll say one thing, that the momentum was on our side for the most of the game. Momentum was on our side, even though we were playing like just average, I'll say. But momentum was on our side. I'll say that we could have nicked that game if not for that. The one was that VR decision, that penalty. I don't understand how on earth was that a penalty. And the other one was that when they didn't give that penalty on that Hoiberg, sorry, on that Pape Matasawan, how did they give that one as a penalty? I don't understand that. Like really, two shocking VR decisions in like final 10 to 15 minutes. It just ruined the whole game. We could have gotten a penalty instead, not them.
What
Like,
Yeah, look, two
That's a
two
good
super
point,
chats.
'cause-
Two
Go on.
good chat. Let me just get these super chats in, Elias. First of all, issue is from RM13. Issue is lack of a proper idea who we want to be. Who we want to be a club that plays great football, create players we can sell, or do want to go all in, either be a Dortmund or do a Liverpool with an analytics. Analytics, there you go. I got that one out. That's better. And there's one from Jory. No manager can drag us up to success.
Yeah.
We need to grow a pair or F off and die in League One or just sell flats. Make your choice.
Oh, he missed out the hotels as well.
Oh, yeah, he
We got
missed out the hotels.
So
But look,
when you go for a Tottenham Entertainment Day, you can do a bit of go-karting, you can do a bit of skywalk, and then you can stay in the hotel.
Mate, every time I log on, you know, like when you're talking about things and you go onto your social media and it says like, oh, it comes up with X, Y, and Z that you've been talking about or you've been searching for. Every time it comes up with this Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, what a great day out at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. For what? The football isn't a great day out.
Wait until you. I'm telling you, wait until we've got the go-kart, we've got the hotel there. They'll be giving you package deals for all-inclusive, like hotel, climbing
underground
wall.
swimming pool.
Yeah, exactly,
Underground swimming
yeah.
pool.
The diving pool, yeah, diving tank. You'll be able to pay like £300 for a dive and skywalk and a go-kart race, and then go sleep in a hotel and bugger
You
off.
you can just hold the
Amazing.
whole Olympics there. You don't need to build an Olympic
The
city.
whole Olympics at the Tottenham
You can
Hotspur
actually just
Stadium.
host Olympics there.
At least someone
It's
would win
exactly
there.
what,
Yeah.
Look, Elias,
yeah.
at some point today, does Conte have to take any blame for today's result?
No, I don't think
No.
he has to take any blame. No.
Okay.
No, I don't agree with a single person who say that Conte has to take any form of blame, because the kind of narratives that you guys are, some these people in the chats and all around on Twitter and all that, you're bringing up that, oh, he was playing a deep back line and then he was sitting back. I mean, do you guys even know what sitting back actually means? Sitting back means that yeah, you park a bus and then you are just trying to defend all the time. We were not
Mhm.
defending. 50% possession on our half, 50% possession on their half is not sitting back. We were in their half for quite a lot of time as well. We were just failing to score goals. We had less shots on target than them. That's not sitting back. We had shots, but we had less shots on target. It's the problem that we are not playing with we are not playing an accurate game. We are not playing a creative game where you can find spaces, where you can find gaps to score goals. That's not sitting back. So stop saying this bullshit that yeah, we have been playing a very deep back line. We are just trying to defend when our defense is crap. I agree that yes, our defense is crap, but I don't think that we were heavily playing like a very defensive tactic where you just sit back. Even not for like, let's say if you tell me that okay, maybe not the whole game, but the final 10 minutes or so, we were trying to defend. Why we put on Emerson Royale? That question is another one. I think Barry knows that people are asking like why sub in Emerson Royale? Those kind of questions.
No,
I don't
yeah, no,
understand.
I agree. But I think he should have, like Jory said at the start, he should have gone to the left wing back because Perisic is awful. At least we know that Emerson can defend. If we're going to defend a lead, I'd rather keep Porro on, who was arguably, apart from Forster, probably the best player on the pitch today. Why take him off? Because we've got a game in midweek. Oh, no, we haven't got a game in midweek because we're out of all the other cups and competitions. Perisic cannot defend. Yes, agreed. Up, kind of on the assists and everything else. Great. But why are you taking Porro off Emerson Royale? And you know I'd defend Emerson Royale to the hill, but that was a silly decision. So whose decision was that? That was Conte's, no?
It was his decision, but who do you expect to send him on then? Send on who should come on actually? If Porro has played like a game where he doesn't have in his legs to last a game, who do you bring on? You bring on Emerson. You have Ben Davis injured, so you have subbed in Perisic. You can't change like I don't know what kind of system would that be if you put Emerson on the other hand, and then you have made quite a lot of subs as well. Like his and some most of the subs that he had to make, we are forgetting that he had to make because of the injuries that we had in the squad. He didn't make those subs. Like it was not his first choice subs. That's another one that a lot of us are not realizing. He had to make those subs. Richarlison got injured. Ben Davis got injured. Porro kind of looked a bit shaky towards the end as well. Like he was struggling with something. So he had to make those subs, and he doesn't have enough players to come off the bench to play. Skip, he had to sub in. Was it Skip who came off for Sar, or was it Kulusevski? Kulusevski, I think.
Kulusevski, because
Kulusevski,
Skip then went into Kulusevski's position on the right wing, which made no sense at all. This is what I mean about. This is what I mean about. This is what I mean about. If we were going 5-3-2, then great.
Yeah.
Bring on Sar to go in that midfield. So you had Skip, Sar, and Højbjerg, right? But we didn't. We kept on with 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. Why?
No,
Why did we do that?
3-5-2. No, it's a 3-5-2.
We didn't go
You
3-5-2.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Skip went into Kulusevski's position on that right wing. We stayed in the same formation.
Maybe it's I don't know, like, but in a way, on paper, it looks like a 3-5-2 to me, like because Skip plays kind of forward towards that right line as well. But it just shows you that you don't even have Danjuma who can come on and play as a right winger. So who do you play? Like even if you are playing a 3-4-3, that's the risk that you have to take. You don't have a player good enough to even play in that spot.
But if you're taking Kulu off, then surely there's two other choices. There's Danjuma or there's Lucas Moura. Those are the two that should have come on. If that's the subs that we're doing. But none of the substitutions, I get Richarlison and I get Ben Davis. But if we're taking Kulusevski off to go defensive, why don't you just bring on another defender? Or, you take Skip off because... Or you take Skip off as well. He had one unused substitution. So you could have taken Skip off because he was on a yellow card and he'd missed a few players. I think what it comes down to is the first half, start of the second half, when we came back out, we weren't switched on. We conceded a goal. We went 3-1 up. We thought the game was done. And this is on the players. So I get the point that Conte's making being on the players, but Conte also needs to sit there and say, well, actually, Perisic is having a stinker. We've conceded 2 goals down Perisic's side. He needs to be dragged off. So we put Emerson there. We leave Porro on because he's the only one that is apart from obviously Kulu with the cross, he was the only one that looked like he could put a ball on someone's head or take a free kick or do anything like that. So we leave him on. So then, if we're going to stay 3-4-2-1 or whatever, the 3-4-3 or whatever, bring Dan Juma on, bring Lucas Moore on, or try and, or if you want to just park the bus, like if that's what we're saying he should have done, then bring on. I know Sanchez isn't good enough, but bring Sanchez or Tanganga on to go in that defence and shore up that defence.
Seriously,
I think it was.
even if he would have done that, the fans would have shit on him. Why bring Sanchez or Tanganga on? Like we hate those two players.
I know,
We all
Elias, but if he brought one of them on and we won the game 3-2, no one's saying anything, are they? Everyone's sitting there going, Conte masterclass. Because when Conte wins, the team wins, Conte is untouchable. When the team loses or puts in a performance like that, it's the player's fault. At what point is Conte deserves some blame for today's result. He's come out fighting in the press conference to deflect from the players aren't good enough, the players don't care, okay, it's my responsibility. But he doesn't take responsibility being the manager. If I do something wrong at work or you do something wrong at work, are you going to sit there and go, oh, sorry, it's not my responsibility, the players aren't good enough? Are you going to, or my team's not good enough? No, you're going to have to sit there and say, do you know what? Some of this is my fault. Surely.
But he has hit the nail on the head. Last 22 years, all the managers that have come in, actually, have we won anything with them? But
correct,
I know.
Elias. But
before I go into it, let me address
on.
your tactical questions. Yeah, the ones that
Go
you're
on.
bringing about the changes. 50% possession, actually, most of the time is a midfield problem. You need to make changes in the midfield so that you can take some more domination. You don't make a attacking difference, attacking change when you have a 50% possession. I think you can ask any of the grassroots level coaches as well. It's usually the midfield that you change when you have a 50% possession or all that. It makes sense that yes, he brought on another midfielder to replace another attacker. It does make sense to me, actually. Now the other one is why he didn't play Emerson at the left wing. Is a slightly tricky one. It's a good question to ask, but I think again, how many times have we seen Emerson in a situation where he has played in the left wing back position, like once or twice, when you're trying to control the midfield and you're trying to control that 50% possession, and wing backs do play a key role as well. I think in that position, you would play a player who is naturally a wing back or who plays wing back more often, which is Perisic. So I think he did the right decision. He made the right decision there as well. I could be wrong. You may have your own opinion on this, but I think to me it does make sense tactically. The changes that he made, he was trying to just control the midfield, in my opinion. He was not going for the attack. He was trying to just control the midfield there. He was not even trying to play a defensive game. When you make midfield changes, you are just trying to control. It's a controlling game. It's not defensive game either. He was just trying to do that. It makes sense to me, to be honest, if you ask me. But I know to a lot of fans, it won't make sense. Like, oh, it's going all the way into the back line again. Now, the other question that you ask about Conte coming out and criticizing the players, to a certain extent, I feel that players need to take blame. I think players do need to take responsibility as well, because there were certain decisions in the game. I was on watch along with Stel and we were discussing about it. That today there were certain passes that the players made. They looked pretty selfish. I think Conte also highlighted the fact that the players are a bit selfish. They just think about themselves. It's obvious. I think a lot of fans can realize that the kind of passes or the kind of shots, some of them that Kane took that were off the target, they were very selfish shots. He could have played that to Son. There was a shot that he could have actually played it to Skip. He didn't. He went for it. It's selfish. So if you have a clear, obvious reason that, players are not doing what they're supposed to do, which is to play as a team, footballing basics, then what do? You can't be always taking blame on yourself. And mind you, I mean, it's first time I think Conte has come and said something like that. He always say that, he always defend the players to a certain extent. Even he has never criticized the owners directly. Even in the past, he say, we as a club wish we can do better. He always talk about we. Only today he has deflected once on a player and on players and the owner, and we are actually going on him that, oh, Conte is not taking responsibility. He always talk as we. He's always about we. If he's now highlighting the selfishness of the players, and he's highlighting the selfishness and the lack of ambition of the owner, why suddenly jump on him rather than just taking his opinion as a valid one?
Yeah, I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong. What I'm saying is that I think what we all need to sit there and understand is that Tottenham is either a pie or it's a pizza, right? The blame is the pizza or the pie, and everyone gets a slice. I know this is Sean Butler's saying, and I get it. Everyone's to blame. Players, manager, academy, owner, coaches, scouts. The only person is not the tea lady. Yeah, fans. The tea lady she makes a great cup of tea, so she's not included.
I don't know. Maybe she's
leave
not
Doris
great.
alone. Yeah,
maybe she's not great.
Look, and I just think that we need to just. I get that there's people that will sit there, and and I saw what you were saying and everything else earlier, like, oh no, Conte's not to blame. This is not. Come on, we need to we need to sit there, and we're not sitting there and saying it's 50%, it's 30%, it's 100%, but he has got to take some responsibility for this result. Man City are 6-0 up against Burnley in the FA Cup. Up. Haaland scored a hat-trick. 41 goals this season.
I said he was going to get 40 in the Premier League. Yeah. I think he will get 40 in the Premier League.
Crazy. But look, he said what he said. I think I would be very shocked if he's still here come Everton.
No, I think he'll be here. I think he will be here. I don't think he's leaving.
What do you think, Elias? Do you think he'll be here or not?
I think it's a really tricky situation given that now he has come up and criticized the owners, but I don't think the owners at this point would want to sack him because it's a risk for them. If they sack him at this point, then they need to make sure that the managers that they bring on guarantee them top four this season. Because Conte is currently sitting at the fourth spot, but it's tricky in another way as well that the fourth spot is not very safe. You have like 3 or 4 other teams who can actually take on you for that fourth spot or even the European football. It is a pretty risky situation. If you ask me, I think it's a 50% situation. It really depends. I think maybe tomorrow or in 2 days, they might have a board meeting. They would discuss certain things and maybe discuss future of certain players, discuss future of the manager. And I think it really comes down to the negotiations that they can work on. But to me, I think he would stay until the end of the season at least. And let's see what he says in the midweek conference. Like I always say one other thing as well, that the post-match conferences, usually sometimes they are very heated moments. Like you have just lost.
Elias, he was physically shouting at this post-match press conference.
I haven't watched that yet. But it's very obvious that usually you're very hyper either, or you're just very.
Yeah, I agree. When everyone, I guess when the dust settles, but look, there won't be another press conference unless he's sacked for a couple of weeks, because obviously this is the international break now. So maybe Conte thought he could say what he could say and not get away with it, but there would be less to deflect, because if there was a game coming up on Wednesday or next weekend, he's going to have to, like you said, in the midweek press conference, he'd have to say something, right? But now he's kind of like, oh, well, the players are going to go off. I'm going to work with the players that aren't selected. And then we're going to go from there, really.
They do have one post-match conference that they usually do with the club as well. I think after the game, like after 1 or 2 days, the Spurs play did one. So let's see what is there. I don't think, but that's another one. Like I don't really take that one very seriously because that's your club's releasing that statement.
Yeah. I would be. I mean, I don't know. You right there, Sammy? I know Everton have just scored, so it's 2-2. Look, it will be interesting. Look, like I always say, Elias, it's never boring with this football club. Sometimes I wish it was. I think if we just go out, win 1-0 every week, and we'd have nothing to talk about, right? But I think it's the manner in which we've thrown away points. We've thrown away a chance to. Ultimately, Chelsea dropping points again today. Obviously, all the fixtures that are coming up.
They nearly scored. I was going to ask Elias, do you think Conte saying what he said today, do you think it's because he's now finally had enough and he's actually like, do you know what? Fans need to understand what's actually going on. I've protected them far too long now. And it's like they're just not changing. Do you think that's the reason why he's exploded, or do you think it's something else?
Yeah, I've been recently saying that fans are the problem. So he's no, I don't think he's really going on to the fans in this particular conference, but he's just helping the fans realize the reality of the club, because hardly I think we ever see managers coming out like that. The other thing, I mean, obviously, we don't realize why sometimes managers don't criticize these things openly is because they have all those media clauses added inside their contracts, the defamation clause and all. They can't openly come and say that. But I think maybe at this point, he's like, if they want to sack me, like how many months are remaining? 2 more months wages. That's all. If I can't put a reality for there for like 2 more months wages, I think it's worth letting go. Maybe he's considering it from that regards, and I think that's a good thing that he has done, because as fans, as a Tottenham fan base, we need to see that coming from a manager as well, that the manager does speak truth. Because a lot of times I think we have also asked this question, like why can't Conte come out and say these things and highlight these realities? Now if he has come, so let's listen to him. Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Elias, any final thoughts?
I would just say, guys, like let's try to be a bit more calm. Let's not get on the shit wagon again, and do all the nonsense in the next 2 weeks, because the next 2 weeks are gonna be tough ones, because we have just lost and all that. And let's try to calm ourselves, and you all need to distract yourself. There are a lot of other competitions going on. I'm actually gonna watch badminton for the next 2 weeks at least. I'm gonna
Badminton.
this All England Open going on. You all can watch All England Open. It's quite nice as well.
Yeah,
So
look,
yeah,
you're right. You're
try
right.
to
There's other things going on. Formula One.
yeah,
All sorts of other things that we don't need to worry about.
go
I
for the
mean,
Skywalk, the stadium. There are a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
funny
yeah.
things going on.
There is.
Yeah, so,
Obviously, we can all. I mean, obviously, we don't have Tottenham, but I mean, we have England to worry about in the
focus
next
on that.
couple of weeks.
Tweet on Eric
Obviously,
Dyer being selected for Indian squad.
we get to England get to play Italy, and then we play the Ukraine in the Euro qualifiers. So yeah, that'll be 2 losses.
Let's tweet on Maguire and Dyer now. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, Maguire and Dyer in that defence, amazing.
I guarantee you, Dyer won't play. Maguire.
Yeah, he won't get. Dyer won't get called
Maguire
up. Southgate's sitting there going, "Well, I did have my squad settled, but I don't know what I'm going to do now." So yeah. Anyway, Elias, if you want to go and get calm, go with Elias. Watch some badminton, and yeah, go and or go and watch a film. Yeah, let's just try
Go
and.
for the Skywalk at the stadium.
Well, yeah, you can do if you want to. I think if I was there now, I think Conte would want to, I don't know, throw himself off, I guess, maybe. Not that, but hey, look, it's like I said, it's never boring with this football club. Elias, thank you for your call,
Yeah,
man.
big up, Elias.
And keep singing that Eric Dyer song every day, yeah?
I love Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer loves me. I love Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer loves me. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.